Hello, everybody. It's Wednesday. I thought it was Thursday when I first woke up, which is funny. I'm hoping that the game is going to populate here in the stream. Otherwise, I may have to do some fiddling to see whether... Let's see. All right. Okay, so that... Why is that not everything? Let's see, can I change the size of this? Edit, transform. Yes. Here, let me go into this mode real quick, and then I'm going to go into studio mode, and I'm going to try and make it work so it's not bouncing around so much for y'all. The game is top center. No. Production, excitement. Okay, so I think that's going to have to do it. We're going to do this. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to move my camera. And me. So I'm going to be down here. Now we'll see what that looks like once we get the game going. I may move again. So, hi. Sorry about the production trickiness here. I'll have to investigate that. I'm making the game bigger because normally it runs at a smaller resolution. This is Into the Breach by Subset Games. You may know Subset Games as the people who made FTL, which was a very popular kind of roguelike space game from, I like to say, like 2013 or so. There was a fair amount of time between FTL and Into the Breach. So this is like Live, Die, Repeat, but with mechs, basically. We're going to do a new game here. Because this is roguelike, it's a run-based game. So, each time you have your mech squad, I'm going to go to the Rift Walkers, who are the kind of the very first squad that you were able to unlock. And I'm going to change my time traveler. I still haven't unlocked this person. Interesting. After attacking, gain movement. Let's have Henry Kwan. So one of your pilots is this time traveler character. And then, so I have the combat mech, which punches and knocks things back. I have a cannon mech, which shoots and knocks things back. And I have an artillery mech, which shoots and knocks things back in a different way. The Riftwalker squad is, in some ways, the easiest to control because they're focused on knockback. But that does not mean that they are easy to play with. This is Into the Breach. The kids are asleep. It's a fun game from 2018 that I'd been meaning to stream, but then I think I started playing Nobody Saves the World instead of doing Into the Breach. And so I'm looping back around to it as encouraged by people on Patreon who suggested it from the options that I prompted. So in future runs we can rename mechs and we can change the mech color, but I think for now let's just get started. Easy difficulty is actually a really good place to start. The standard difficulty is pretty hard for this game. So that's good if you like kind of roguelike challenges where you really need to work to make progress. So the premise of this game is that you have a time traveler who jumps between timelines, and in every timeline they visit, the Vek, V-E-K, this species of, or this society maybe, of super gigantic bug type beings is emerging from the earth and basically destroying all of humanity and human infrastructure. So we are going to go to these 4 different corporate islands, and there is some not so subtle anti-capitalism in here, which of course then puts it on the Mike interest list. So each island is controlled by a different corporation. Archive Incorporated. This museum island recreates old Earth as it was before the oceans rose and nearly wiped out humanity. But that's not the extinction event we're focused on. We're focused on the Vec here. So then there's RST, which is about terraforming. Pinnacle Robotics does lots of robots and like cryogenics. And Detritus Disposal is about like toxic waste disposal, except not that disposed, because there's still toxic waste everywhere. Archive Incorporated is where you're encouraged to start. It has a temperate climate, and it has fun in-jokes, or has fun jokes about late capitalism. So we go to Archive Incorporated head office, and this is the CEO. You've shown up just in the nick of time. The Vec are overrunning our island archive. The old Earth relics here still have some fight in them. They could help us. Sorry, I was looking for the if there, because you have to do stuff to kind of unlock them in any given mission. So we're ostensibly working for this guy. We see that it's some sort of future or alternate future because of this display here, but we've got a globe and we've got some traditional looking bookshelves and like an old office-y thing. So we continue. Here is our interface. So corporate reputation is what you use to buy stuff from the corporation once you've completed the island. And reactor cores are upgrade materials for your mechs where you can add extra like weapon systems or other cool stuff. Power grid is your the HP for your run. If the power grid here goes all the way to 0, then humanity's ability to like maintain its power grid is just toast, and the Vec overrun everybody. So you don't want to let that happen. Grid defense is basically a save percentage chance. When a building is going to take damage, it the game basically rolls percentile, and with 15%, I have a 15% chance of not taking that damage, which is lovely whenever it happens, but you shouldn't count on it. And then saved people is basically your score. So we don't have to do anything here. Right now we can go to the Restoration Center or we can go to storage vaults. Anytime you do a mission, you open up the territories that are adjacent to where you've just done the mission. So we're going to go to the Restoration Center first because then it unlocks a couple of these other options. Each region gives you bonus objectives, where if you satisfy those, you will get either reputation or this electricity thing is improving your power grid. So the CEO says, our technicians recently got an old Earth artillery battery up and running. Please make sure it survives this fight. So the Restoration Center is, I think, this thing. Maybe this is the power generator. So we have Vec detected. You'll see this grid is where we're going to do our fight. There's 2 spots right over here, which is where the Vec are going to emerge from the ground. And then there's all these residential areas and there's the artillery unit. So one bonus objective is to defend the artillery support, which is this thing right here, and another one is to protect the power generator. So we're going to start the mission. Vroom, zoomed in. This is our play board. You'll see that I've turned on the option that does this because that makes it easier to communicate with chat, where if somebody's like, no, move the combat mech to D4 versus other ways of trying to describe how that would work. This is the artillery support. We get to deploy our mechs anywhere in these yellow areas. So because this is a pushy mech, I'm going to put it as close to the enemies as possible. I'm going to put that one, I'm going to put it over here because then I can push things this way. And then the artillery mech, I'm going to put back a little bit. And now with any of these, I can, it'll show you where they can move on their turn. So I can move to here. So any enemy that gets up to here, I will be able to move them around, which is maybe not optimal, but I do like being able to flank the enemies. That's really useful. So deployment complete. You can change your placements if you need to. I do confirm. The mechs drop in. The people kind of have their barks. And so the Vec move first. And this is Dewey Alms. Seismic readings are picking up more Vec surfacing near your location. Okay, so the little chevrons tell me where the units are that I have control of. The red arrows like this say that this Vec is attacking with a lobbed attack. Yeah, it is not super forgiving. On the easy mode, you do get a little bit of, you get a couple of, I think you get one rewind per mission, but I had a lot more fun once I moved it down to easy versus trying to like be proud mode on normal or hard. But not everything is for everybody, right? I have also noped out of this game occasionally, but I tend to come back to it. So this Vec is attacking my artillery unit. This one is attacking this residential unit. Any attack, basically unblocked attack on residential is going to do damage to my power grid unless the grid defense hits. And then these are spawn tiles where it shows that more Vec are going to spawn here. If I can move an enemy over the spawn point, then that enemy will take damage as the Vec tries to escape, and it will be blocked, which is pretty cool. So this artillery can, it basically shoots and does damage rather than shooting and pushing. So I can move it here, and then I can say, why don't you do 2 damage? 2 damage is all that enemy had. So now I can move my combat mech. They have a move rate of 3, but this enemy is in the way, so I'm going to go up 2. And then I have Titan Fist. Punch an adjacent tile, damaging and pushing it. So this does 2 damage, which is enough to defeat this enemy on its own. These 2 Vec are still going to emerge, but I'm going to go ahead and move my cannon mech over here to be able to flank. And I'm going to move here. This artillery mech tends to stay back, but when it fires, it pushes everything adjacent to the spot where it hits. So I like being able to kind of find positional advantage on this. So maybe I'd go back here. Also, a unit that has not used its attack action, you can undo move and redo how you want to go. So I'm actually going to move the artillery mech over here now. So the arrows say which vehicles can still act, but I don't have anything that I want to do with either of these for right now. The little green dots there are the unit's hit points, just like the Vec. So I'm going to end turn. I know that I have actions available. I'm going to leave that reminder on because sometimes I don't remember. Alright, so now we have different Vec. This is a Firefly, and it does a ranged attack, so it's going to do 2 damage to this residential area, which would be not good. And it has 3 hit points. This is a scorpion, and it has webbed up this area, which means that if this were a unit, that unit would not be able to move. So one option that I can do is I can go over here, and I can hit here, but that would only do 1 damage. Alternatively, I could move to here and shoot here, and what that would do is, as you can see with the yellow arrows, it would move the scorpion 1 over so that the scorpion is no longer attacking the residential area, and it would move the artillery unit over this way, which would maybe it could move over here and then attack this one. So we're going to go ahead and do that. It's really useful to be able to move or interact with 2 or more pieces on the board with a single move, because you are almost always going to be outnumbered. Having this artillery support is a rare counterexample to that, but especially later on in the game, there's going to be 3 to 5 to 7 or so different Vec on the board, so you really want to be as efficient as possible. So I can move the artillery support over here, and then I can hit there for 2, and now I can move this cannon mech over, and it will hit 1 more. And then I can move my combat mech over. It does 2 damage, which is not going to kill this scorpion, but it does move it down to 1. And then there's going to be 1 more Vec spawning in. So that's a pretty good turn as well. I want to say thank you to Mo Senpai for following a few days ago. I think that might have been right at the end of the stream. As well as thank you to Zarlaxis. I think they may be people from who followed when I went over and did a raid for Katie Shee's channel. Maybe not, but that would be my best guess at the moment. So thank you very much to both of you all if you are listening. So we've got the Scorpion is webbing up and is going to attack my mech. Their attack does 1 damage, but the webbing makes it harder to get to avoid it. And the Scarab also does 1 damage. So this mech has 3 hit points. It could just tank all this damage. As long as the mech is not destroyed, damage is repaired between missions, which is good to know. So one of the resources you have in this game is just your mech's HP. Sometimes you just want to put your mech in front of whatever the attack is, and hope that you then don't get hit again and die. So I've got this artillery support can move to here, but then it can't attack anything. I've kind of gotten it out of position. I could use the artillery mech to hit here, and then that would push it, and then I could move it again, but its attack has to be at least 2 spaces away, as you see. Like the orange area, I can't do my orange attack 1 space away. So I'm not sure that I'm going to get anything out of this this unit today, or this turn. Now, what I do have some ideas about is the artillery mech, because if I move to here, I could fire here, and that would move my mech out of the way, and it would move this mech 1 back. It's firing 2 spaces away, so it would move here and fire there, which unfortunately won't hit that other Vec, because the Vec emerge after the attack. Now, another option is that I could use the combat mech and punch this enemy, which means they would just be dead, but I'd be under attack from this one, and then I could move over here, fire here, and this would move back, no longer hit, and this one would move over. If there's a way that I can... Oh, here's what I can do. I can fire here, which will knock this enemy 1 back that way, and that means that it will get damaged by the emerging Vec and block them. And then I can move this cannon mech over there to block as well, because it has 3 hit points and only takes 1 if it blocks. So what we're going to do is punch, and because we did an attack on a unit in this forest, the forest is now on fire. Fire will do damage to you if you end your turn in it. So we're going to stay here, and then we're going to fire like this, and now our combat mech is no longer being targeted. This scarab is going to get hit by the emergence, and I'm going to move my cannon mech over here. We're going to move the artillery support over here to be kind of back in the game. We will win this fight in 2 turns. So the turn that's going to happen now, and then we have to do 1 more turn. And these both have actions, but there's not anything for them to do, so we're going to go ahead and end the turn. So that scarab goes ahead and fires, and it doesn't do anything. Blocked emergence, so they each take 1 damage. So now, we just need to get through this turn. So I'm supposed to protect the artillery support, so I'm going to move it here, and then I'm going to go ahead and attack. Cool. So now there are no threats on the board. Nothing is emerging, no enemies are attacking, this fire does not spread. I can just finish. A teleporter couldn't have eliminated the Vec better. So, that's a mission. We defended the artillery support, because it's still around, and we protected the power generator, which is over there. So we both get a corporate reputation and 1 more to the power grid, which is great. And then civilians protected 500, that's kind of the score. So we secured this region, and now we have 2 options. We can go to the secondary archives or the Marshall District. So in the secondary archives, the bonus objectives are destroy the dam and block Vec spawning 3 times. Marshall District is defend the train. There's a train that kind of moves through the center of the board over the course of the battle. Or the storage vaults, where you're supposed to defend the tanks. I'll note that this region is going to be a more difficult match, but there's 3 objectives you can fulfill, which means you could get up to 3 bonuses. I'm going to say let's do the storage vaults for now, because we're supposed to defend the tanks. If I remember correctly, if you defend the tanks well, they reactivate, and you are able to use them for like the second half of the battle, which is pretty great. This is a soldier scion, who is like a support class enemy. It can fly, which means it moves however it wants, and it won't like fall off the world if it gets pushed off of a ledge or something like that. And all other Vec receive +1 HP as long as the scion is living. So this Firefly has 4 hit points instead of 3 because of the soldier scion. So I'm going to put my my punchy mech here, and you have how much movement? Let me put you over there. How much movement do you have, friend? You have 3 movement, so I can go 1, 2, 3, which will be great. And you also have 3 movement. So I think that is going to do the thing. Yeah, no worries. See you when you're back. So this enemy does not attack, but they do give that passive bonus. So this one is not active yet. I can't do anything with it, as you can see, because there's no chevron over it. But I can move this and attack here, and now it's attacking its own ally, which is pretty cool. Now, if I use my combat mech to punch, it will kill this enemy and knock them back into that enemy. I think they'll take 1 damage from the knockback, and then they'll lose 1 hit point from the soldier scion being dead. But that will leave them with 1, and they would do damage to my combat mech. So I'm not sure that that's the technique I want to take just yet. However, I also am supposed to protect these tanks. So if I moved the Firefly 1 this way or 1 that way, it would be attacking a tank, and that wouldn't be good for me. There's going to be emergence over here, which I don't quite have the movement to go and block. So that just tells me these are where these enemies are going to come from for the next round. So if I moved here, I would do 1 damage, and it would knock this enemy in. Basically, there'd be a domino reaction, and my punch mech would take 1 damage. But then the Scarab would do 1 damage to the Soldier Scion and kill it. And I could move this mech somewhere else. I could move all the way over here and be on the way to intercept. In fact, I can move here, and then I can do this, which will move my mech 1 over that way to be closer to those enemies. But it will no longer cause knockback to this Scion because it takes damage from getting knocked into me. So I'm going to take 1 damage on this mech either way. The question is, do I want to do this, where this enemy is dead and this one loses 1 hit point, and then hit here, because if they lose 1 and then 2 and then 3, they should be dead. So we're going to go ahead and do this. So now this enemy has 1 hit point, and I do this, it lands on them, they take 1, and they are out. So everybody has moved. These Vek are going to emerge. No threats on the board. Alright, so we got a Scorpion and a Scarab. The Scarab is shooting at my artillery. So this friend is kind of stuck right now. They can still attack. Looks like the tanks are not up and running yet. So I can shoot this enemy here, and so they're down to 1 hit point. I can do this, which will take 1 damage on here, but will destroy this enemy. And then I can go over here and punch. So we're gonna do that, understanding that the mech's hit points are a resource that we can spend. I just need to be on the lookout here, because if this mech takes 1 more damage, then the pilot will die. And the pilots can gather XP, and as when they level up, they get either a special ability or like just better movement and things like that. So everybody has moved. There's going to be 1 Vek over here, and I want to protect my cannon mech as well as these tanks. But the tanks should come online either this turn here or next turn. Okay, the tanks are now tank call signs Daddy Warbucks and something else. Again, this island is very much about nostalgia for basically the 20th century, 20th century stuff. So this mech can move, and it will just push. It doesn't do damage, but that's fine. I don't want to use this mech to block over here because it only has 1 hit point. Now I could move here and do 1 damage. I can move this mech over here, where it will take 1 damage, but block, because we only have to do 2 more turns. And then I can, let's see, you can move to here. I don't think you get knockback from being pushed off the edge of the world, unfortunately. So I'm going to go ahead and move the tank over there as well. And I'm going to move this tank to here. So you're fine, you're fine. You're going to do 1 damage to nothing. So because I'm blocking both of these emergence points, I will still only have this 1 Vek to deal with next turn. So it's going to move up here. It's going to trap this mech again. So this mech only has 1 hit point, so I really want to make sure to protect them now. So that enemy took 1 damage from the hit itself, and then 1 damage from getting knocked into the mountain. But now this mountain has fallen, so that's a little bit of collateral damage, but the people are okay. And we're victory in 1 turn. And I can actually use the turn to have this mech repair itself, which is a mechanic that I sometimes forget about, and I'm going to introduce partially to remind myself that it exists. So that's another mission. We saved everybody we can. You'll see we got some XP on these characters. This is my main time traveler character. And we got 2 more corporate reputation, which is great. So I'm going to check on this character. You can move through enemy units, that's right. We did this area, but that doesn't unlock anything else because it was here on the edge. So we can try to destroy the dam or defend the train. Block spawning. I think this one is going to be a little bit easier. Also, this is very funny. So we're supposed to destroy the dam, which means the company wants this area to be flooded. Luckily, our mechs don't drown when pushed into water. So 1, 2, but maybe you can't attack from there. 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to put that mech here. I'm going to put this mech there, and I'm going to put this mech there. And see what that does for me. Oh, pod. So this is a time pod has landed here. This is basically a escape pod from another timeline, and if we can get a unit over it, we can recover to retrieve whatever is in that pod, which is usually a pilot or special tech, which would be lovely. So we can move this here and hit that enemy. We can move here. Or let's see. So I can move to here, and it would knock this enemy into the wall. But I can go here, recover the pod, and just punch that. There. Now I can also go here and attack the dam because I want to eventually destroy the dam. This attack is going to nowhere, so that's fine. So just lob something at open field. But here comes 2 more enemies. And this enemy is going to try to destroy, damage this building. But I can move this mech over here and punch, and it will then knock this enemy into the dam, which is another objective. So then the water comes through, it floods the center area. Our mechs are okay with the flooding. And I can move... let's see, you can move wherever you want. So let's do that. And then I'm going to fire here, which is going to knock this enemy into that enemy. And so this scarab is dead, and this firefly is down to 1. There will be 1 more Vec here. We haven't been blocking Vec spawning, so we're probably not going to get that star. But we did get a time pod, which is a bonus. Yeah, that was our last chance to block Vec spawning. So, no, not our last chance actually. So if I move this enemy to here, then they will block, and I can move to there. But I have 2 chances. I need 3, so that doesn't matter. Which means I'm going to go here. Blocking 1 is good because it makes the next turn easier. And then I'm going to show what happens when you knock a Vec into the water, which is they die, unless they're a flyer. And then this punchy mech is going to come up here because the 1 enemy that we'll get through is going to be from here. I've got this area covered, close range here, and then this punch mech is just for backup as necessary. Right, so they take 1, this comes over here, it's going to attack this area. Punch mech can go over here and knock them into nothingness. So, no other threats on the board, dam is destroyed, victory. We did not get, however, that other victory point, or the corporate reputation. So we got 1, but then we also got the time pod. So let's see what's in the time pod. Open the door. This is Archimedes, who is a robot pilot person. And Archimedes can move again after shooting. Does not have any other skills yet, but has 23 of 25 XP. So with 2 more XP, Archimedes will level up. Archimedes also came with a power core, because Archimedes, as a robot person, needs power. So, move again after shooting. I think that's going to be best on this cannon mech. So I have this Dylan Perez is a normal pilot. I'm going to replace him, and then I'm going to install the power core here, and then power Archimedes' special ability of move again after shooting. So Dylan Perez is currently on the bench. 11. You've also got 11 XP. These characters are mechanically identical, so we'll stay there. And we're going to do one more mission, and then, because I know how this game works, we're going to have to go back and defend corporate HQ, because the corporations are the people who are hiring us in this situation. So this is a high threat detected area because there's 3 bonuses. So over here, we are asked to end battle with less than 4 mech damage and protect the coal plant. Over here, we're defending the train. Getting to max power grid would be pretty great. It would get us to 5 corporate rep. We might be able to get up 6, 7 if we do the kind of boss fight better. So let's go to Remembrance Point. Old Earth produced massive quantities of explosives. This region is littered with uncleared ordnance, so watch your step. So lots of mines. The nice thing about this is that the Vec don't know what mines are, so sometimes they will just explode themselves. It's pretty cool. And I'm going to put you over here, because then you can get to this back row and move people around. So do that. The Vec move first, and then there's all these places where if they move, they will explode themselves. There we go. So less than 4 mech damage, but blocking emergence is really handy. So I can fire here. It will hit that scion for 1, and it will knock this one into the water, which sounds great to me, honestly. Because I moved past this, I don't actually get hit. But waterlog means I don't get to attack, which I would rather get to attack. I can't move to there. However, this unit is on fire, so the fire is going to do 1 damage to this enemy, which then means that they will expire, and then we'll get 1 new enemy from here. This will be blocked, but our mech will take 1 damage. So, 1 new enemy. Moves over here and fires there. Luckily, this mech can go to here and attack. You can still block here. What do I want to do? Because I have 2 more turns to do after this, so I don't want to just sit here forever. This enemy, I think, will get lit on fire when they emerge, which is pretty handy. From here, I could go to there and knock you into the water, and then you can move over there. So that move kind of gets you somewhat out of position, but I think it will be okay. And I'm going to move you to here, because we're going to take damage number 2, and I want to leave myself a little bit of flexibility. This is only 2 enemies to have to deal with, and they have some things to move through. So we'll see. Let us see how it goes. So this enemy is on fire. They exploded themselves. This one goes up here and is attacking. So I'm going to move to... You can stay. You attack. And so now they're no longer getting attacked, and because of Archimedes, they can move after attacking. And I can move here to... I could get all the way to here. So then I can fire on this space again. And now, because this Scorpion is on fire, it will take fire damage I think it will burn before the spot. I think it takes fire damage and then there's emergence. So it will not block, but it will be deceased. I've taken 2 damage. I can go up to 3. We'll live dangerously, and that means we'll only have to deal with 2 enemies this next turn. Oh, you have a bonus move only. I think you're actually fine where you are. Yeah, because I don't want to deal with maybe getting hit. Because it should be fire, enemy attacks, emergence. So, this mech is being threatened, which is not good because I'm supposed to take less than 4 damage. However, I can move you to here and just knock that enemy into the water. And then I can move to here, fire, and that will knock the scorpion over there so that I'm not taking damage. And then he can move over there and repair for this turn. So end with less than 4 mech damage means that if I take 3 and then if I take 4 and then come back by 1 with repairs, I should still be okay. And then I'm going to move you over there to be able to take care of this enemy if needed. A lot of this is about like positional control. I've boxed the enemies into the kind of E and like E5 and south, which means that I can maintain control from these sides, and that gives me the flanking, which is really handy. So that scorpion takes fire, it attacks nothing, and it runs away because that was the last turn. So both objectives complete. And now we have a full power grid. If we get more power grid from here, the grid defense number is going to go up, which is not... It's good, especially if you get up to like 25 or more, which takes some doing. But it means that later on in the game, as we take some damage, we're not going to be in as much trouble. And Archimedes was promoted, it looks like. So now... any mech that Archimedes pilots has +1 mech reactor, which is like the upgrade material. So, seismic activity, there's basically a big flux of Vex. We're called back to the corporate HQ. We cannot do these regions anymore. They have been destroyed by the Vec. But I do have 1 extra reactor from XP here. So the question is, what do I want to do with it? These are my upgrade options. It takes 2 reactors here, there's 2 bubbles, to do +1 damage, going from 1 to 2, and then you could do another 3 to go up to 3 damage. You could get extra health, or you could get move. So for now, I'm going to make it so that the cannon mech has greater movement capacity, but I can move this around. You haven't quite leveled, nor have you. So you can install other systems and do different stuff that will let you upgrade, but that tends to kind of come into play if you get stuff through a pod or when you get corporate reputation. So this is the spider leader. You can see that it's got the little boss skull. So Hive Leader says, these are the most powerful Vec. Immune to water, they can be more challenging to kill. So I can't just knock this spider into the water and call it a day. Spider Leader has a move of 2. Spider Leader is unaffected by smoke, which is a mechanic that other squads focus on more. And this unit can walk in water, but water will prevent shooting. And on its turn, it shoots out 2 to 3 spider eggs. So these are spider eggs right here. Spider eggs will turn into a spiderling if left alone. And how that works is the spiderlings then quickly get to the point where they may overwhelm my units in terms of the ability to protect things. So our jobs are destroy the spider leader and protect the corporate tower. The corporate tower is this skyscraper right over here. So I'm going to put that mech there because I want to just go up and start unloading on the leader. And we're going to put this there, and then I'm going to put the artillery mech over here to be able to cover different parts of the board. Because if I put everything in one area, I'm less likely to be able to react in different directions. So let's see how this goes. Citizens, please remain in your emergency pens until safety has been restored. So these spiderlings have kind of come awake. So this character can move through enemy tiles, but only has 3 movement. And this, and then this pilot can't move through enemy tiles, which is tricky. But here's something I can do. I can... so if I move this here, it will still do damage. If I instead move there, I will destroy this enemy and move them. I think that's what I want to do. Because now, you can move to here. You can knock this one into that one. And do a bonus move. And go to here. And then you can punch that. It's no damage on this enemy, but it does clear the board for now. We'll see how that goes. It may not have been the wisest choice. It may have been better to take some damage. So, then more spiderlings. If I use this... Cool. So, this will not knock the scorpion into the city, which is what I was worried about. Then I can move you over here, and do that. If you were in the water, then you don't get to attack. And then I can move you here and punch. You then get to move, which I'm going to do over here so that that is blocked, and then we can focus more on this enemy next turn. So we have 2 more turns to do 4 damage, which is doable but not necessarily super easy. So they had to move away to then be able to attack. So we can... there, and now I should be able to attack this enemy. Great. So I did 2 more damage, and then can you attack from the water? No, you can't. But you can attack this spider egg over there, or actually you can go over there and destroy that one, and then move back over here to block. That's pretty good, because this spider will come... This one will come alive. That one will go and move. He'll go over there. Yeah, this last turn is going to get a bit hairy if I want to destroy this enemy. So, what's my best option here? I don't want to do that because that will knock the spiderling into the corporate tower, which I'm supposed to defend. I can, however, do this, which knocks one spiderling into me, kills that one, and then you can move here and move that enemy there, and then, are you in the water? No. You can move there and destroy the spider boss. So, we destroyed the spider leader, nothing is currently taking damage, we're going to get one spider next turn, and this enemy will keep going. Move you right up there so you'll be able to best respond. If I could move that scarab so to attack the spiderling, then that would be perfect. Nope, they're gone. So we did the thing. We defeated the spider leader and we protected the corporate tower. With that Vec abomination destroyed, no new hives should appear on our island. Thank you, Riftwalkers. You've saved us. And my main time traveler pilot, Henry, got promoted, so Henry will also get a special power. +1 mech reactor, so upgrades. So this is the happy victory music for an island. And now I have the 7 reputation, so I can spend reputation. And here's the shop. These are the things that I've equipped, so I don't want to donate those. I can assign pilot this pilot to the island, because I don't need 4 pilots right now, and that gets me 1 more, so I have 8. Supplies are reactor cores and overpower grid, so when your grid is full, you add, looks like +2 defense every upgrade. so that's pretty cool. We can also buy these weapon systems. So boosters, any class, so there's different classes of mechs. Jump forward and push adjacent tiles away. That seems pretty fun. That's basically going to be, on your turn, you can use one system. So a mech could do the boosters instead of one of these attacks. So I might give that I might get that for for this one, because they can move after acting. So a rock launcher is a prime class weapon, so that's my punchy mech. Throw a rock at a chosen target. The rock remains as an obstacle, so it does 2 damage and creates an obstacle. Cluster artillery says protect a tile by damaging and pushing adjacent tiles. So I could add that on my artillery mech, because the artillery's default attack does damage to the square that it's being fired on. There may be times, like this example, when I don't want to damage that square. Kick-off boosters. Next gain +1 move if they start their turn adjacent to each other. Okay. So I'm going to buy this, and this, and then I think I'm going to buy 2 reactor cores. So now I've got equip that, and we're going to put this in so that we can use the rock launcher. Costs 1 addition. Oh, your range class. Okay, yeah. So this goes here, and I could install 1 of the power reactors that I got. So now we have these 2 different options, and you have. Yeah, I can put 1 more reactor in somewhere. So let's give you that, and let's give you more move. So you've got all this being able to move through enemy units. It's putting a lot into this one mech, but I'm pretty okay with that. We've spent all the reputation, now we can leave the island. So to access the end game, the final boss or final area, you have to have completed 2 islands, secured 2 islands. So we're going to go to RST. RST, Terraforming Specialists. RST turned the environment against the Vec and nearly destroyed their island in the process. CEO is Jessica Kern. Don't think for a moment I'm falling for the time traveler stories, but your mechs, they are undeniably impressive. So, corporate HQ is here. We can do a high threat mission, where if we protect the defense lab, we're going to get a bonus core, and we can get 2 reputation by defending the train. Or the SCAR, defend the prototype bombs. Renfield bombs are, it's kind of the super weapon that humanity is hoping to use to destroy the Vec and protect the coal plant. So, okay, defense lab. These are going to be hard, but without them, I can really go to Sierra Quadrant, which then unlocks 1 mission, which then unlocks 1 more mission. And these are power-oriented, and I have a full power grid, so I'm going to go to Countdown Ridge. This maglev is one of our last remaining supply lines. People rely on it for supplies. Without it... So we're supposed to defend the train and protect the defense lab. So this is the defense lab. This is the train. Mech, mech, mech. So we've got some new enemies. There's an Alpha Leaper who has 3 hit points, can move 4, and does 5 damage to whatever they're going to attack, which is a lot. And this is a Digger who creates a defensive rock wall before attacking adjacent tiles. So they become harder to get at. Let's see what we can do. So this enemy is going to attack here with 1 damage, and then this enemy is attacking for 1 damage. So I can move you here, and then push you onto that, where you're going to either die from emergence, and you may even attack this. You get to move again if you want. I'm going to move you here, and whoosh. Yeah. because then they're not attacking that lab anymore. And now all I have is this one, which means, oh, actually, undo move. Can I move here and then use this? Yeah, so I'm using the one that does not damage what it's attacking, and that will move this enemy into the rock, so it will take 2 damage. Pop, pop. And therefore, this building is not under attack anymore. Great. And then you can move. I'm going to have you move to here, because from the center you can get almost anywhere. This enemy attacks, nothing. This enemy attacks, nothing. And then dies due to emergence. Blocks 1. So the enemies are converging. So I want this enemy to not attack the train. This is going to be an order of operations thing. I think I will move this mech here, punch this enemy, which then means that you can move over here and attack and then push this enemy into the water so that the train is not getting hit. So, punch, web breaks, move over here, attack there, it will move this enemy. So they die, and then we're going to move here to block this emergence, because I don't have anything else that will let me do stuff here. So the train is going to move again, and you block, and then this enemy comes out. The nice thing about this is this enemy does not attack on their own. They are just they just give the bonus. So Hardened Carapace says all other Vec have incoming weapon damage reduced by 1. But other is not same. And then I can move to here and do this attack, which will kill that enemy and give me some XP. XP is good. I want to get XP when I can. No threats on the board. We're done. And the train gets through. Nice. Every Vec has been wiped out. Thorough and impressive. So we get 2 reputation and the bonus core. Plus, Coral has +1 move on their mech now. So we have a bonus core. Question is, where do we want to put that? We can pull the move off of here and maybe gain the dash ability. This says charge any distance, not their movement rate, any distance before punching the target. Or I put them into the rock launcher, so it does damage. It costs 3 cores to go +2 damage here. So 2 cores would take this to 3 damage. It's an interesting choice. Or I can pull this off of move and make this cannon do extra damage, which is what I think I'm going to do. All right. So now almost any mission I do is going to have another grid option. So I think I'm just going to block spawning. Yeah, let's do the Sierra Quadrant. This region is some of the last arable land on RST. Do not let the Vec destroy it. Yes, very arable. Right. Put these over there. These mechs, I want to be able to get them close to these enemies. This is a shell scion, so I want to take them out first to make it easier to crack these other enemies. You're over here to be able to cover a different angle. Pop, pop. Thunk, thunk. And we want to be blocking emergence points. So you're just attacking me. That's great, because then I can get out of the way. So, 206. I'm supposed to block Vex spawning 3 times. I cannot... well, I guess I'd have to move here and then get moved. Or I could throw a rock. That's actually pretty fun. So, I'm gonna destroy you. And then I'm going to come over here and that. So what happens if I go here and then throw a rock? Okay, cool. This will block the spawning, so that gives me one block. You can go here. So that's after move, and then you can just attack for one. Yeah. So, and that moves this over here to be able to intercept whatever that enemy is. And then you're in position to be able to throw a rock again if you need to. And this attack is going to do nothing. So, block emergence here, and then a flying enemy. So, and even better, this enemy is attacking my unit directly, so I can actually move out of the way of that attack. And I can do this, which will make this enemy attack this enemy. And then I can go here and put a rock, and now we're going to block second time, third time, and then you can move to here and actually do 2 damage, and then I can move over here back toward the center. So, attacking of nothing, block number 2, block number 3, and now we just have to protect the emergency batteries here. But there's a couple more turns. So, you're going to go here and attack this enemy to just defeat them, and then you're going to go and block, and you are going to throw another rock, and then I'm going to move you here because you have more flexibility, because over here your ability to move both directions is really limited with this artillery mech. And so that's going to be that. So this mech I need to not take any more damage because they've already taken a couple of hits. But this is the last turn. So I just move you over here, punch, kick, it's all in the mind. Success. Very good. And grid defense up. So we go up by 15 to 17 because when you're full, each extra power gives 2 grid defense. The way you prevented the Vec from surfacing was impressive, and I am not easily impressed. You and the Riftwalkers have my respect. So, we got the bonuses, we protected the people, we did 1, 2, I think we're going to do 1 or 2 more here before we'll have to be recalled. It is 2:10. I think I will probably finish this island and then take a break. I think that will likely work. Mercury Ridge, do not kill the volatile Vec, protect the coal plant, or do all of this difficult stuff. Let's take on the difficult mission. This is a stream. It doesn't matter as much if I get wrecked, get a little wrecked. We're gonna go here, we're gonna go there, and then we're gonna go there, because I want to be able to basically push this way. So these are the prototype bombs. I need to keep them safe. And I need to keep the coal plant safe. So let's see what they're gonna do. And there's another time pod. So I want to get to there if I can. Okay. So these two are both attacking this unit, but this scarab is attacking that Renfield bomb. So here's a question. What happens if I do this? So I can do 1 damage to each of them, but if I do this here, my own mech will take damage. What if you, because you get to move after you attack, and then you can move here to block, then you can do that, which then means that you can move here and punch so that nobody is taking damage. So you're going to take 1 damage from blocking. There's only going to be 1 enemy spawned, and then somebody can get over to the time pod, ideally. Okay, so this enemy is a little tricky, but they came right up against my person, which means that I can just do this, and then I can move over here, which puts me in range of the time pod, and then I can move Henry there, and there'll be 1 new enemy next turn. But I can also put that there, which will probably block them. Oh yeah, let's have you move like there so that you're in range. Yeah, that's fine. So block here, 1 enemy, they come up and attack. So we're gonna move you here, and then I'm gonna move this over here because then I think I can push this rock so that will block. And then I punch you, and then there'll be 2 enemies spawned next turn. You can move, yeah, but all you do is shoot. I don't want you to shoot, because from here all you can shoot is the prototype bombs, and that's bad for me. Okay, 2 flyers. So they've got a ton of maneuverability, but I have the ability to counter to them, because I have range here. That's enough to for the KO. And this is also enough, so board cleared, everything is protected, we did the thing. And we get all 3 bonuses. Plus the time pod, so 4. Great defense is now at 19, and we get the time pod. Is this going to be stuff? It's a reactor core. So Building's immune makes this redundant. So basically I could pull this out and just put Building's immune, and now this 1, well, let's see. The advantage of the cluster artillery is that I can attack my own mech, and it will not be damaged, so it's slightly more versatile. But if I do the bonus damage, then I might want to look at immune to kind of keep this consolidated. Where do I want to put that extra? I think I'm going to put it here and give you that bonus move back. So let's go to Mercury Ridge. So this is the volatile Vec. They explode on death, and then they web a target and stab it for 1 damage. I'm supposed to not let the volatile Vec die, so I just need to move it around, not kill it. So I'm going to put my other mechs closer to there, and I'm going to put my artillery over there because they're the ones who are more about moving without damaging. So I'm hoping to just move this volatile Vec around so that it doesn't hurt me. So I can, because if I do this, that will do damage to you, so I don't want to do that. So instead, I'm going to go here, I'm going to punch you, I'm going to do this, because that just moves this enemy without damaging them, and then I'm going to move here, which will block a spawn, and then there'll be 1 more spawn here, and this Vec, of course, will stay around. So another, what do I call this one? To me, leapers. They look like praying mantises to me, sort of. Okay, so now I can damage the volatile Vec without killing them, but you're going to attack for 1 damage. So what do I want to do? I can punch you. No, because that won't move you. So, but if I go here, I can do both of the things I want. Move you so you're not damaging, and attack the other one. So I'm going to move to here. Yeah, because this, your thing damages something, right? Yeah. So I don't want to. I can move to here and then throw a rock, but I would need another rock to be there to be able to block this one. So we're going to block again, and then I think I'm going to. Where could I put a boulder and it would be useful? I don't know that I can do anywhere. So I'm going to move to here and have the ability to kind of control the center. Yeah. Oh, I can put it where I want. That's great. So then that will block spawning. This will take one more. It's fine, because it will have one more hit point. And then all I will have to do is keep the volatile Vec out of trouble, basically. You have that. So, as long as it has one hit point, that's fine. You're going to block. You're going to block, and you're going to put a rock there. And bonus move only. Let's move you slightly out of the way. You have an action. That's fine. Attacks the mountain. Doesn't matter. Block, block, block. One enemy. Okay. This gets trickier. Can you... Yeah, because if I move, either this pilot is going to die or I will have to kill the volatile Vec, I think. Yeah, because they're the one being attacked directly. So let me see, what are my options? Because you're the only one who can push without damage. So I think we're just going to, rather than sacrifice my pilot who has gotten XP, I'm going to sacrifice one. Nope. So that enemy explodes. Here is my reset. Go back in time to the start of your turn. Power limitations means you can only do this once per battle. So that's my rewind. So I want to move this mech out of the way if I can. Can you just repair yourself? So you're going to do 1 damage. Okay, so if you repair yourself, you can survive taking that damage. And then you're going to move to here, and you're just going to punch. So now you should be okay. You're going to take 1 damage, and you will survive, because this is the last turn. Cool. So that's what the rewinds look like. Got both. One of these days we'll capture that volatile and figure out how to turn every Vec into 1, then set them off in their own hives. That sounds incredibly unlike, dangerous, inadvisable. So, a Vec monstrosity is assaulting our tower. We have to rely on you this final time to help us. So we have the Scorpion Leader, right over here in purple. We need to protect the corporate tower. Those are our objectives. So Scorpion Leader has 7 hit points, it looks like. Can walk in water, but water will prevent shooting. Immune to water. And Massive Spinneret says, web all targets preparing to deal massive damage to adjacent tiles. So that's a lot. So let's put these in line. We're going to try to focus this enemy down as much as possible, and zone them from being able to hit the cities. Right, so if you go here, I attack there. That's 1 and 1. If you go here, you can do 2. I guess moving somebody else means I can't go back and undo that move. But I can do this, and then you can move here and punch Skidmore down. So only 2 damage on this one this turn, but nobody else takes damage. I'm going to move you to... No, actually I want to keep zoning, because I want to keep this enemy off of the tower if I can. Off of these spaces. We'll see. 1 more enemy. I'm going to move over there and attack or threaten all these areas. You're not actually attacking anything, which, I mean, you are welcome to have a bad idea. So then I can hit for 1 more damage. And I can actually finish this enemy off. And then move here to protect against there. The fact that this enemy did not go on offense is a great a great blessing to me. So knock you over there, then I come over here and destroy you, and then you come over here and punch. So 1 spot. We can actually go over here, and that'll block emergence, and then we'll be done. Ta-da! The Vec have been excised from this region. I must admit that was an impressive performance. We will rest easier knowing that the Vec monstrosity no longer infests our island. So, both of those. You completed every mission on RST despite the odds. You've earned my respect, Riftwalkers, and everything we can offer. So, because we completed every objective in every mission that we attempted, we get a perfect island bonus. So, select 1 free reward. We can get a pilot with a special ability, push adjacent tiles when repairing, which is not bad because we're a push team. This is for a science unit, which we don't have, so it would cost 1 extra power, but pushes all units in a line. Pretty cool. However, it's 1 use per battle, unless you spend another power core and get unlimited use. Or we get +2 grid, I guess +4 grid defense, because it's +2 power. That would get us to 25%. You could get the push thing. Actually, I'm going to take the push beam because it could be interesting. So, self-destruct. The mech explodes, killing self and anything adjacent to mech. Very powerful, but maybe not what I'm looking for. Buildings gain a shield after taking damage. Grab a unit and toss it behind you. Interesting. Targeted strike. Call in an airstrike on a single tile anywhere on the map. And it looks like it does 1 damage and then pushes everything around it. But what if, instead, I grab 2 cores, which will let me power this thing, and then... The rock thing is really handy, and taking this will mean that all of my units have 2 things, so I think I'm just going to take those. Continue. I'm going to put the cannon mech here. We're going to do a push beam. We're going to install... Yep, so now this is powered. So the push beam can be used once, and then if I get 1 more power, I can give it unlimited use. Is it worth switching off that move bonus? Let's try without for now. Okay, it is 2:27, so that's a good time for me to take a break. I'm going to hop up and do breakly things. I would invite you who are watching to also take a break. Get up and move around, or stretch where you are. Use the restroom if you like. Get some water. I've been drinking mostly soda, so I'm going to drink more water. And then we'll come back, and I will either try to face the final island challenge, or I will take on another corporate island. I have not yet decided. So I'm going to go to break, run a quick ad, and then I'll be back in a couple minutes with more Into the Breach. Thanks so much for coming by. Stay tuned, and we'll have some more fun. See you in a minute. Okay, we're back. And I've spent all my rotation, so now we're going to leave the island. And you can see that the volcanic hive is now available. Final mission. You may complete the final mission at any point after securing 2 corporate islands. The difficulty of the mission scales to your current progress. So basically, if you've done 2 missions, it'll be 1 difficulty. If you do a 3rd island, it'll get harder. If you do a 4th island, it'll get harder. The idea being that over time, you will have the chance to get more reputation and therefore get more items and upgrades and XP. So let's go ahead and jump to the hive and show off the final mission. I have no expectations that I will win. We'll see. Pardon me as I continue to snack, because I must keep up my fiber intake. With the Vec driven off the islands, you have a chance to wipe them out at their source. You are humanity's last hope. Volcanic Hive, the last stand. So we win in 5 turns, and we just have to survive the fight. There is an active volcano. It will shoot lava. So let's see what happens now. Remote pylons are the grid of this final level, so I want these to not get damaged. In fact, threatened. So this one is being threatened, that one is being threatened, and both of these mechs are being threatened. And then this space is going to get lava, so I don't want that. Lava is bad for me. I'm going to move this one over here. I'm going to move them to there and punch there, and then you'll get killed by emergence. And then I'm just going to move you, and then I can damage you for 1, which is not the most, but it's not nothing. And I'm going to wait on using my mechs to block because I don't want to take damage because this mission gets very hard. I will hold back the cards of what I know in terms of exactly how this gets more difficult. So now there's a Scion. The Scion Tyrant says all player units take 1 damage at the end of every turn. So I really don't want that. That's why the thing hit our side instead of my unit instead of the enemy units. So you can attack here and you will defeat the enemy. You can go over here. No, I want to undo that move because you're going to move to here and punch so that we don't take damage. And then I'm going to attack you, which will move my other unit. Because I can't move you into the fire, unfortunately. Oh, but that doesn't protect this. You do 2 damage, don't you? Well, I think I'm just going to have to take it. Because I don't want to use my rewind yet. That will burn this, whatever unit comes up. It's good, it's good. Hey! Grid defense. So that was a resist. I had a 1 in 4 chance of not taking the damage. So I was very lucky. So I can move here and attack there, which will move enemies around. But first, I'm going to move you, which lets you move. And then you are going to do this. will prevent some damage. But then this one is going to attack again. Like I said, these missions are difficult. You have a bonus move only. Alright, I doubt we will get a free resist again. Yep, so that's 2 of our power lost. So this enemy is attacking here, this enemy is attacking these 2, and this enemy is attacking there. And a fireball will strike here, destroying anything present. However, oh, you cannot move there because you can't move through enemies. Because what they could do is move to their attack and then move again. But so you're going to take 1 damage from fire. I can attack here. That one is dead. This one is not attacking anything important. You're going to take 1 from fire. Hit you with a rock. And then I can go here, and then I can shoot you. And move around. So we took 2 damage to the grid, but are otherwise okay. Incoming seismic activity. Brace yourselves. So, it wasn't that easy. There's another part to this mission. So, we drop down to this second board. Setting down power pylons. Keep them operational. We don't have any more. So, again, these are the grid. And there's a big, like, boss firefly, looks like. Deploying a Renfield bomb. Defend it while it primes, and it will destroy the hive. So, we saw one of the prototype Renfield bombs. This is the deal, or this is the real deal. It has 3 hit points. We cannot let it be destroyed. Otherwise, we will not be able to destroy the Vec, and we'll still lose. This Firefly Leader has is that 6 hit points? And launches goo in both directions and does 4 damage. This has 4 hit points, so it would fully kill. You attack 1. So here is something I want to try. If I throw this, that rock will block the damage, and it will do 2 damage. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to move you to here. And do 1 damage. I'm going to move you to here and knock you into the magma where you will die. And then move you over here to absorb 1 hit. So those are the falling rocks. Enemy attacks. Destroys the rock for 1. You attack nothing. See all this other buggy grossness around here? So, you move and you're attacking both directions that way. You're attacking my grid. So this is the Scion Tyrant. All player units take 1 damage at the end of every turn. Here, I'm going to do 1 damage to defeat you. If you do 2 damage and then you do 2 damage, this enemy will be done, but then everybody will take Tyrant damage. What is your special? Pushes all units in a line. I don't want to end up here for sure. I push you, but then you don't block anything. You do keep all of our people safe, which is good. We're going to attack you for a couple, and then we're going to move. You will do damage to this grid, unfortunately. But as long as I have some grid left, we will not lose the game. 3 is not a lot, I have to say. Okay, so this enemy is attacking that way, which does not do a whole lot to me, because I can punch this way. So that this enemy is down to 1. I can move. I can move to here and destroy that enemy. Which way are you attacking? You're attacking in this way, that way. So I can, because I can move afterward, right? Move, attack you, and then move here, and then I can move. Do move. You already attacked, but then I move you here, and then you attack and do 1. Great. Nobody's getting falling rocked. You're gonna run yourself into lava, right? Nice. So, a couple more. And then lava's gonna get all of this turn. So I'm gonna move you here, and knock. I'm gonna move you here, and knock. Then I'm gonna move you. You have 2 left. I'm gonna move you here. No, not there. I'm gonna move you here, and knock. That way you're not attacking anything. You have the hit points to survive. You can do a bonus move, but that doesn't matter. Lava gets those. You attack nothing. Renfield bomb is ready. The Renfield bomb is ready. I recommend you leave now, or you'll have your share of fleet with the Beck. And this is why it's called Into the Breach. So all pilots are jumping away to another timeline, which then means that they will not die along with the Vec here when the Renfield bomb goes off. So, big kaboom. It's supposed to destroy just the Vec. I hope that's really the case. And now our pilots have jumped to another timeline. Thanks to the valiant efforts of Henry Kwan, Archimedes, and Coral, the Vector Hive has been destroyed, saving this timeline from ultimate doom. Humanity can now begin to recover from the destruction wrought by the Vec. Island civilian lives protected 5,000. Total Earth lives saved approximately 4.6 billion. Press any key to continue. A game from Subset Games. So basically, there's a lot of other things to do. So I beat the game, but in a lot of roguelikes, a successful run is not the end of what you can do in the game. So, I can save one of these pilots. So, you are farther from your next level, but you cost a core to use your power, so we're going to save Henry Kwan. So we've now gotten a victory on 2 islands. Oh, dash punch, that's... So there's basically achievements for each squad, and completing those is what gives you the resource that will let you unlock other squads. Unfortunately, I need 1 more for the hazardous mechs. So let's see. We did the Rift Walkers. I've gotten all of the achievements for the Zenith Guard, but not beaten the game. Steel Jodoka are hard to use, but pretty cool. The Blitzkrieg I really like. Complete the first 2 corporate islands under 30 minutes. That's not really a good streaming goal. That's speed running. Block 4 emerging Vec in a single turn, which is hard but not impossible because this mech can throw boulders. Not in a direct line like my punchy mech could, but lobbed. So basically you want to do that, make the Vec block things, and then block them yourself, which is tricky but not impossible. Move through enemy units. Yeah, we're at 251. I want to play at least some more. Flame behemoths are pretty fun. What achievement do I need to end a battle with 12 tiles on fire? That's so many tiles. And you deal 12 damage with electric smoke. I don't know that I'll be able to do that, but this squad is also really fun because they create smoke and then electrify it. So let's be there. There's really only a few, there's only so many color choices. They don't have like extra ones, so no, sorry, everything needs to stay the same color because that's how my brain works. So we're gonna do this other squad, and we did these two, so let's do these two, even though I think they're both harder. So you can move through enemy units. Can a flying unit already do that? I think it's actually more useful if you can fly through enemy units. I changed my mind. I go back to this one. So you get 1 reactor because of skill, and all of these are, both of those are 2. Shield self, so I could switch that and make it work. I'm gonna say bonus health is good, because that means I can put this mech into the fray a lot more easily. So this Storm Generator passive says all smoke deals damage to enemy units every turn. Not friendly units, enemy units. And fires at pushing artillery that creates smoke behind the shooter, not where it's attacking. And you fly over a target, dropping an explosive smoke bomb. So it does damage, but then also covers them in smoke, which means they don't get to attack, which is pretty fun. And then this one just pushes things. This is a fun, very different squad. So we're going to go to Iceland, which is then very funny for electric smoke people. So this is Pinnacle Robotics. On behalf of Pinnacle, I welcome you. The climate on our island isn't ideal for humans, but the low temperatures are vital for machine life to thrive. So this is a very different kind of area. We're going to go to the tundra first. We're going to take less than 3 grid damage and protect the coal plant. Unfortunately, there's robots everywhere, and they're not friendly. We're just running around doing robot business. But I don't have any rules that tells me I'm not allowed to damage these robots, thankfully. So I'll drop my mechs. You'll note that some of these are different types. So this is a brute class mech, which is a jet. This is a science class. This one is another artillery class. So you can move to here, and then you can attack, and it will put smoke behind, which would keep this enemy from attacking. Coal plant, you are attacking 2 that way, which means I can push you here, and then push both of these, and then you can jump over here, and then you just attack, right? You don't, yeah. So I'm just going to move this here because I want to put smoke down, because smoke blocks enemies, but not me. So they lasered a mountain, which doesn't matter too much. So I have to deal with both these robots and the Vec, unfortunately. And this robot is frozen, so if the ice block gets damaged, the robot will thaw, which is funny and annoying. So I jump over you, and the smoke means that this enemy is blocked from attacking. And I move here, and then attack there, which will smoke this spot. And then I will just let you attack this way, where there's nothing. So one electric damage, and then another one of you emerge, and then you're going to go over there. So I'm going to move my science mech over here, or not. Unfortunately, the smoke does block me from doing my own attacks. So what do I want to do here? This may get tricky. So I want to protect a coal plant, which is this, but I also don't want to take damage on the civilian building. You don't have enough movement to get to there. I suppose I can shoot you? You have how much movement? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Because I can't get you to here, because I would want to push this enemy this way. You can go to here, but then you can't do anything there. This is, what's your deal? Other Vec, +1 HP, so it does not apply to this robot. So this is why this area is more difficult, because the robots are running around doing bad things too. So if I just move these two out of the way, they won't take damage, but this attack will wake up this other robot, which I'd rather not have if I can avoid it. Or, let's see, you can move here and get rid of that enemy. But then you can't attack because you have to jump over an enemy. So I'm going to move you here. And I think that's all I can do. I can move over here to be able to protect, but we're going to take some damage over here. Yeah. And now this robot isn't around, unfortunately. More Vec. So instantly getting very complicated. What I need to do is make the robots attack the Vec and vice versa. That's going to be my best option. So the game gets instantly way harder, which is why I tend to start with the other islands. But since I'm showing the game off, I wanted to go and do something much more difficult. You cannot be in the smoke. You cannot do things in the smoke. And unfortunately, I cannot jump. I can't jump to there because it's a filled space. I can damage you, and then I'm not getting attacked. And then I can... Let's see, you're attacking that way, and you're attacking there, and I definitely don't want you to do that. But I can move here, and I can hit you that way, and then go into the smoke, which protects me. And I could push you into the smoke, which means you don't attack. But then this enemy attacks still. So there were more enemies than I had the ability to deal with individually, and so some stuff got through. But that was the end of that mission. But one mission in, we've lost 3 grid. Yeah, and we were supposed to take less than 3 grid damage, so we're already in a bad way. Silicate planes. Freeze and defend both robots. So we need to not kill these robots. which means I'm going to put these elsewhere, and then I need to get this freeze tank in range to freeze the robots. That's how we're looking. And then there will also be Vec, inevitably. So I go here, and I freeze you. And I go here, and I... Nope. I wanted to move you. What's your attack? Pushing artillery. No, well that wouldn't have worked anyway. This only has 1 health, so my options are destroy the robot or lose more grid, which is not a happy time. I can put smoke down here. I cannot get to here, which is what I would need to do to be able to push this enemy that way. So instead I'm going to go there and block. Emergence. So the robot goes on a rampage and murders people. So I move you to here, I guess. You go to here and you freeze the other robot. You go to here and you're going to push them into that. You're going to go, actually, you're going to go to here and then jump over to there to be closer to the middle. And you don't really need to do anything. So then there's lots of Vec. We've frozen the robots, but then this tank is kind of out of play. Or is it? Maybe not. Because you can freeze. So now that enemy is not attacking. And then I can push you into you. And push you into you. Oh, but except now I've unfrozen the tanks. The robots. That's not what I want. So, I still want to freeze you. I still want to kill you and damage you. But then I'm going to jump and smoke you. And then move you so that you're attacking your buddy. That works out. So you get a hit for 1 because the other enemy got smoked. So I don't want them to hit this robot because my job is to freeze them. So I attack here, which defeats that enemy. And I could just push you away because then you're not attacking me. This robot is fine. Let's smoke up everything. Oh. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Only 4 smokes. But that will succeed. We have 1 power grid left. So we get 2 reputation. We can... I'm going to go to here. Defensive shields active means that some buildings start with shields, which is really handy. Looks like these 3 started with shields. And that makes this easier. So there's only 1 bonus objective, but we get the thing that makes it easier. That's how that kind of balances out. I'm expecting that I will lose this run soon, and then I will probably call it for the day, because I want to get some more walking in. I'm working on an art brief for a book release. But it's not a new book. I will leave that mystery to you. Many of you already know what this is. You cannot get to there. So I'll move you here and damage. Yes, good. And then smoke. Move again. Smoke, block, emerge. Move, attack, move, attack. Okay, you... Who's attacking first? Which was shift? Which number are you? What's that option? Hotkeys. Attack order overlay. Alt. Okay. So this enemy attacks first, which means if I move this enemy here, they will attack and then they will attack. But this one has 3 hit points. So I want to damage it like that. And then I can go to here and push these 2 into each other, which is lovely. And then I go here and I smoke, which puts down smoke there, so that that enemy also gets electrified. Unless they move. So yeah, you're welcome to try to wrap me up, because then I can just... Yep. So now I can go to here and smoke, and then I push, so you're not attacking me, and then you will get hit by your own emergence. Attack nothing, block, emerge into smoke. So you're attacking a bubbled area, so the bubble will protect against the one attack, which then means that I can go over here and smoke you, and then I can come and destroy you, and then I don't need to do anything else. Shield takes the hit, and that is that. So we get the XP from the fight and 1 power grid. And we're up to 2. Much closer to having everything falling apart. So we're going to go to secondary cooling to try to get another power grid back. To protect the coal plant. So this is what will get us power, and block Vex spawning 3 times will get us a reputation. Right. So I'm going to put this enemy up, or this robot up close, because I want to try and block things. And that is a pod. So where are you going? You're gonna... So this will not damage anything, but it will unfreeze this robot that will then cause problems for me. I can move you to here, and then move you there. You're gonna attack for 1. That's fine. So there's only 1 spawn point, 1 block point? Okay. Well, I'm going to go to here, and then go this way. I want to move toward the center of the map wherever I can, because that makes it easier for me to react to various threats. And I can damage you and move you, so that then you're not even attacking my person anymore. But you're not blocking. I think that's going to have to be okay. So I'm going to go there and block, and then I'm going to go here, which will secure the pod, and I'm going to attack you. Oh, that's going to... Nope, we don't want to do that, because that will smoke the coal plant and damage it. So, smoke you. Plus 1 HP. Okay. That's fine. Push you. Wait. Who did you attack? You didn't attack anybody. Did I do that last turn? Well. I guess we'll find out. I guess maybe electric smoke doesn't do damage to buildings. Don't exactly know how that works, but sure. Just attack again. Block 1, 2, one more turn. And then we get the pod. Okay. I'm surprised about the smoke thing, but I'll take it. Okay, power's it up to 3. What do you get in the time pod? Camila Vera, mech unaffected by webbing and smoke. Well, that's fantastic, because we do smoke here. Why don't go there? What is your thing? Move through enemy units. So now we're going to switch these pilots. You're going to be unaffected by smoke. And we have a bonus core. You have a core. So we're going to install one here, and then this is going to do extra damage. And then if we get one more power, we're going to switch over to Storm Generator doing extra damage, because then smoke will do 2 damage per turn, which would be lovely. Alright, back to HQ. We have to destroy the Hornet Leader and protect the corporate tower. So now you cannot move through enemy units, but you can act even when you're in smoke. You're going to be there, and you're going to be here. You are a Hornet Leader. You stab 3 tiles in a row. And you get more hit points because of the Scion. So, destroying the Hornet Leader is better, but keeping them from damaging people is also very important. So, if we go to here and do push-push, I can instead do this, and then you can do this. Nope. Not even a little bit, because there was people over here. So you can go there. Move. I should have attacked this one. Because that would give me the space, and then I could smoke here. But I wouldn't have done this nearly as much damage. So you can go here. And you can go... This is a very funny thing. I can accept the damage in order to do this so that I can smoke you. It's a bad idea, but it might be the only idea I have. So we destroyed the Hornet Leader, and now we have to protect the tower. So there's that. And then that can't be lit on fire, that's fine. And now I need to keep this unit from getting murderated. And you are immune to webbing, which is lovely. Good job. You go here. You go over here and repair. I should have moved to here and attacked over that way, which would put a smoke down. Alas. Smoke damage to you. 2 more scorpions. Okay, you do how much? 1 damage. That protects them. This protects you, and then you go over here. It's like... So, that's... The order of operations there is very fun. Like, I can't... This, the jet can't attack that enemy when there's 2 enemies in a row, so I move this person, I move this mech to move them out of the way so that then they can attack. It's very nice. Alright, successful. We did not, however, get a perfect island. Even a little bit. But we have 5 corporate reputation that we can spend. So we can assign this pilot here. Smoke pellets. Surround yourself with smoke to defend against nearby enemies. So that is a science class weapon. Allies immune. We don't need that. Heal all player units, including disabled mechs, which is very nice. Deploy a shield tank that can give shields to allies. Any class weapon, deploy once per turn, or once per battle. Grab well. Hold the target toward you. Oh, look at all of this stuff. So, surround yourself with smoke will help me get that 12 smoke tiles bonus. And shield. And then we're going to buy one of those and 1 grid. So, you're going to get the smoke thingy. And shield tank costs 2? No. That's 3 damage. Smoke does more damage. Okay. Now we go to here. Detritus Disposal Head Office. When the Vec came, Detritus took on what refugees we could. What we lack is your military experience, Commander. So we're going to go over here to try to get rep and power. So this is a new type of enemy for today. Ooh, acid Vec. So you are a centipede. You do 1 damage and acid. Smoke for everyone. Let's move. So you're there. You've already moved. I messed up, so we're going to use our reset. So here, and smoke is still fine. You can attack from here because you are a flyer. And then you are going to attack there. You're still going to get acided, which is not going to be great, but we'll find out. So you're going to take 1 damage every turn, but you can spend your turn to repair instead. So you don't get acided. You're attacking nothing. You are already doing your thing. You're attacking over there. I'm going to smoke you. We'll get you 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. I need 5 more smoke in 3 turns. Or, I guess 2 more turns. No, 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Possible, but hard. Oh no, somebody back. Alright, so where can I fire one thing to hit another enemy? So if I smoke you, you will be deceased. So that's 1 more smoke. If I smoke you, you will not do damage. You're going to get smoked. You are smoked. You attack nothing. You emerge. So that gives you armor. But I can smoke you. Smoke will do 2 damage. Smoke you. Attack here. Smoke you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. No, I need 1 more smoke. 1 more smoke and I would get the achievement. Alas. Okay, and Henry gets a promotion. +3 grid defense. Okay, so that's not power grid, it's grid defense. It's still pretty good. Now I'm going to go for a disposal vault because I want some rep to possibly get nice things. So this is has an acid launcher. Dissolve all target tiles with acid. Can you just attack? Okay. So I do this. All of those tiles get acidated. It kills those 2 enemies instantly. I smoke you. I cannot smoke that tile, but I can attack it and smoke there. And go here. And smoke everything. So that's 5, 7 tiles on turn 1. So 7, 9, 11, 13. Okay, that should be enough if I can smoke everybody both times. You're a flyer! How do you get acid? That's very silly. Okay. Okay, so this can acid anything. But the acid probably cancels out the smoke. Okay, whatever. go here. You go here, and then smoke that way, and then you push. What does acid actually do to you? What's acid? What is it? What does acid do? Well, we'll find out. That's fine. Electric damage. Electric damage. More of it. So if I go here, then I smoke. If I go here, then I smoke. And you can take 1 damage. Yep. You done anything? You have not. I guess you're gonna go here. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Alright. 2, 3. Is it? I need 14? Weapon damage is doubled. Who hasn't moved? You did a thing. You haven't. That doesn't do anything. I guess you can you acid? Okay, so it can be both smoke and acid. Good to know. Alright. I was expecting we would have lost by now, so that's not bad. Destroy all mountains? No! It's not happening. Chemical field A. Kill 5 enemies, protect the power generator. Alright, I thought that I had done enough smoke. So I either did and I didn't notice the achievement, or it's more than I thought I needed to. Odd. Anything, even a little bit. Cannot push off of the edge of the world. So that just acid just means that you take double damage when you take damage. So the objective, the clear thing that I have to do is not take damage. Do move. Take lots of damage. So acid on enemies with 1 health doesn't do a lot, alas. But you are blocked by smoke. Yeah, because you're in a bad position. Guess you can go here. You can go here. Like that. You can go do this, but it doesn't do that. You can act, but it doesn't matter. Kill at least 5 enemies. That's 1. More. Time pod. No, that would destroy my mech because acid. However, you can now remove your acid, and you can go there, and you can repair. So now we've gotten the time pod. We have to kill 1 more enemy next turn. And of course they have armor, so I really want to go after the Shell Scion. And you are attacking something. So I'm going to push you into there, put you here, back over and do smoke, and then zap you. So that's 5. Protect the power generator, we should be good. Okay, so we get 1 rep, 1 power, and a time pod. Who's in the time pod? It's a gun and a reactor core. Fire 2 projectiles in opposite directions. And a reactor core. Do you already have a secondary thing? You don't. So you can get a Janus cannon. And fire projectiles in opposite directions. Looks like it also does a push. That could be pretty handy, since you're a fairly one-trick pony with the jumper thing. So this enemy is going to attack here and damage the train, which I don't want them to be able to do. You can move here and push that enemy. You can be here and smoke there. Smoke does 2 now. Yes, smoke does 2. I don't know that you will move is the thing. So I'm going to move you here, and then you're going to smoke there, and then you're going to move here and push. So you die from smoke, you attack nothing, you emerge into electricity, and you emerge. So this becomes tricky because they're all clustered up. But I can push you to there, alt, but you attack first. What does this look like? That looks good. So you can attack me for 1, and then you do the jump. They take 1. Science mech takes 1. The train moves, does not get electrocuted for whatever reason, which I'm very happy about. Jump. You can push, push, push. You can smoke. You can decorative smoke. The 2 damage smoke is very useful. I definitely see why it costs 3 cores. Because there's a lot of enemies that 2 damage is just so much more than 1 damage in this game because of the relative scale of everything. Pulse mech. Ally immune no longer applies to smoke on self or allies. Shield self. +1 use. Extra use. Corporate HQ. One of these. One of those. And one of these. So, because you can do twice, my chances of being able to fill that achievement are much higher. Assuming that it makes sense to use it when I'm using it. Like, it makes sense here, but I'm going to go here. No, come on. That, very nice. You can smoke. And just add the smoke, because they will take 2 more now. You want to take 2 from that, right? You are not immune to smoke. Great. And you now only have one. You're there. Acid is not great, but then you smoke again. You go to here. You're going to go to here and smoke 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. No, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 13. Maybe it's 14 tiles of smoke. So the achievement should pop up over here, but maybe I already got it and I just overkilling. So smoke is blocking. I thought that was the thing that gave me a shield. Whatever. Okay. You can smoke that way, but then you don't get to move. You can push push, and you're gonna take damage. Scorpion Leader is down. Power lost. Blocked damage. It looks like emergence damage does not get doubled, it's just weapon damage, so that's good. You can go here, and then jump. You can go here, and smoke something. You can do something, but it doesn't matter. You die from smoke. Everybody gets XP. We've completed the island. Okay. Expand reputation. Deploy acid tank. Boosters. So, you've got two, you've got two, you've got two. Everything has two systems right now, but what are my options? Self-damage, no thank you. Targeted strike, acid tank, boosters. Alright, I'm just gonna buy 2 cores and a power grid. Do bonus damage with bombs. Do bonus damage with artillery. Shield friendlies. Ally immune, this one use. Let's do bonus damage to the bombs. And that's that, so then we're going to try and do another twofer. We might complete 2 runs. I imagine we will complete 2 runs. The question is, will we succeed in them? So, we'll get the power grid down. You must construct additional pylons. Boop. So then I can just smoke this, and then, no, I want to move, yeah, because you attack for more than, yeah, you attack for 3, so I want to do this, even though it will give me damage. So what else? I take 3, and that's more than this power can take. That mech. Smoke remains. Emergence blocked. You need to move. You move and you're attacking that way, that's fine. So you can move here. You attack there, and that kills both of those, which is beautiful. You can block here. You are going to smoke. Don't need to use that, because it might count as the same battle. I'm going to save to be able to do smoke in the second area. So, Scion and a wasp thing. I don't remember actually what they're called. Stingers, maybe? But you're going to get magma'd. You are a hornet. I'll smoosh you. Actually, you can go to here and push them there, and then you can go over here and repair yourself. Now the enemy should... Oh, we take damage first? No, it died from electric damage. Good. So I need you to repair, but then we just have those two left. What are you gonna do? That's not great. That's fine. It's not good. You can go to here. Okay, that's fine. So, you go there, you go here and destroy that. You are fine. Okay. Just seeing if I can repair where I can for the next phase. You attack nothing. Do these enemies get dropped down with me? Do I suffer for not having cleared them out? Okay, so you are Hornet Leader, you stab 3 tiles in a row, you fly. Honestly, not my favorite thing. So you go here. Yes, yeah, this is another run, and, oh, okay, that's your XP. We are at the second part of the final mission. These mechs are more about creating electric smoke. So, we're going to do that. And then... smoke for everybody. So this will still do damage, unfortunately. Thunk. Ka-thunk. Hey! Grid defense. Resist. Great job. Now that's a lot of enemies. So you can go to here and smoke again, which will keep you from attacking. You are going to go here and smoke you, so that these friendly folks are not taking damage. And you are going to blow that one up, and then you're going to just fly across the screen. Lava, 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 lava. You fall into lava? You do. That's great. Bomb creature. You're attacking that way. Okay, so that's a lot. This is attacking there. So you can just get out of the way, but that will get attacked. How much damage do you do? You do 1 damage. So you can move to here and save against that damage. You can attack there. And then you can smoke them. Smoke for you. Falling crud. Power lost. Take 1 damage. So all sorts of things. So my power grid will not survive. I need to intervene a lot of times. So that's not enough. Okay, you. What can you even do? If I move. I can move you here. So you can go to there. You will die, but you will protect the grid. And your sacrifice will be remembered. That won't take damage. That won't take damage. You can go here and smoke you. You can go here and smoke you. So this one will probably kill me, and this mech will die, but we'll see. I might get a miraculous resist and not lose. Nope. Oh, you took 1! 1! So we got through by the very skin of our teeth because the bomb is ready. Very nice. But not everybody made it out. Salute, Science Mech Pilot. And the pilot who died, whose name I don't remember. Not as many lives survived, saved this time, but cool. Now we've won on after 2 islands and after 4 islands with the rusting hulks. So this squad has like lasers and shields, which is fun. This one is all about throwing and making the enemies attack each other. This one does freezing, and the kind of humanoid mech has a shield, which is very interesting. And these use like lightning and other trickery. It's pretty fun. But what was the smoke thing? Deal 12 damage. I would have thought that we had done 12 damage. Getting later on, I guess the damage that the jet does is not smoke damage, it's attack damage, and so that would be why. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna put some reminders in the chat. The Girl by Moonlight game, Fractal Spire, that I play with Valerie Valdez, Yoy Gwynlin, Iori Casano, and GM'd by Brandon O'Brien, aka the Strange Friends crew, is playing on Speculate, hosted at twitch.tv/ArvanElron. You can find the videos of games that I've already run on youtube.com/ArvanElron. That's ARVANELERON. or you can find them at the YouTube playlist in the chat. Girl by Moonlit is a game by Andrew Gillis, and we're very happy and grateful for the sponsorship and support of Evil Hat Productions, who has kind of underwritten some of our budget, which is basically all going into audio editing for our editor Rudy Basso, which is great. And let's see, do I have a bag of giving command here yet? Hopefully. Yes. This week I played in a bag of giving game of Aegon, a game by John Harper and Sean Nittner, which is the second edition. It was a lot of fun. You can find that at the same YouTube. And if you want to support the stream, you can follow and do all the cool normal Twitch things here, but you can also support by following at patreon.com/MichaelRUnderwood, checking out the public posts and see if you want to become a subscriber and get way more, like essays and pictures of my cute dog Oreo and things like that. I am going to be streaming more Elden Ring tomorrow for Tarnished Thursdays, and then I'm going to take Sunday off because Sunday is the day after the day that we lose sleep for daylight savings time, and so I will not ask more things of myself. Instead, hope to just rest and recalibrate my brain. The dog will also be confused because he doesn't understand how clocks work. So that's all of that for me. Thank you for watching. Again, Into the Breach is a game by Subset Games. It's pretty cheap. I think it's probably usually like between $20 and $30. It is a lot of fun if you like tactics and or roguelike stuff. And if you like mechs, check it out. It gets much trickier from here if you really want more challenge. But streaming is also like an extra challenge mode because my brain is split several ways. But anyway, if you like it, check it out. Otherwise, I will see folks tomorrow. And after that, sometime next week, probably Wednesday next week, where I will either play more of this or check something else out. There are always more games. I just backed a bundle for Ukrainian aid, and it had like 700 something items in it, and some of those are video games, so maybe I'll dip into one of those next week. Anyways, take care, be well, and I'll see you next time. Bye.